I was hearing a therapist actually in the YouTube about feeling safe. She is not actually a therapist. She is also mindset coach side kind of person, and she was stating this one thing. Since I wanted to work on feeling safe, on my new beliefs, so I just wanted to know, like, maybe I know the process, but I was just wanting to know different kind of opinions which people have about this, and I just got to know this one thing, that feeling safe is mostly about the story you tell yourself. So like in my case it was about if like if someone is blocking me, then that means they do not want me in their life, or something like that. I had given that a meaning, not about life. This is a very big definition, I would say. But I automatically assume that if someone is blocking me, then I am unwanted, or I am abandoned. All these kinds of meaning I gave subconsciously, because that is how my father had treated me when I needed him the most. So for my father and me, like, he never actually blocked me. The thing is that I never had his number all my life. So I just used to meet him in whenever we used to go for court cases, and there he used to show me his fake love, and he used to tell everyone that I love my child, but he never proved it by action that he actually loved me. So it was basically just to, so that I don't put a case on him. So he used to do all those kinds of things. So that's where I got that wound from, and I kept on carrying. And then the second thing that's how I got my wound was, I before my SP even came into my life. So when I was in class 12th, I fell for a guy who was like a very good friend to me, and I kind of it was an innocent kind of feeling, because I didn't know at that point of time that, you know I thought that one-sided love is everything. So I had different definitions of love, and then when I grew up and I asked him out, and he had broken up with someone, and he actually didn't see me that way. So that hurt me so much that, like, I started feeling that he chose someone over me, even when he didn't have any romantic feelings for me. So I thought that he chose someone over me. My father also chose his own selfishness over our family. So that's how I got those kinds of things. So this is the story you keep telling yourself unconsciously whenever you get triggered. So our solution would be to take that problem, flip that out, and induce new belief. So when you get hurt somewhere, like suppose you fell down and you got hurt somewhere, do you keep on touching that hurt? No. But what you do is, what you basically do is, you take that hurt, put a Dettol in it, put a band-aid in it, and then you go about with your everyday life. So that is what we need to do. So it might take some time to grasp in, but the more you affirm the new belief system, the more you feel safe in your own. So sometimes when you are shrinking in anxiety, or sometimes when you are very scared of few things, learn to do maybe some yoga, somatic workouts, or maybe just to breathe and have good breath work. So that will help you to actually, feel better about things. So that's what I wanted to tell you. So yeah, and there was also one more thing, and I think I've gone past this. So this was something which very randomly my SP told me in the past, that I think I had a lot of insecurity about losing him with the first person he loved. So I don't know, like, I always kept that woman alive in our relationship, because I just couldn't I hadn't dealt with my triggers of I am the first choice in any man I love. So I never dealt with it. So I think that is where I got it. And so when I was about to propose him, I had this belief that he could have asked me to marry him, and he didn't. And I mean, before proposing him for marriage only, I had this kind of beliefs, because I remember once he told me that had she been ready, I would have left everything for her and married her. I think I registered that line so much into my system that you know, before I was about to ask situationally to him that will you marry me, I already had this belief he's going to say no. So this is what I was expecting. So how can I expect a yes if I was already expecting a no? So these are my triggers. These are how I have, remembered things, or how I had registered things, and I eventually worked on it, and I know that he was born for me. My SP was born for me. He was born to be my husband. He might have not known me previously in any stage, but I do know my SP this one thing, that I might not be his first love, but I will be his last. So, and I think he believes in that too, because I have evidence about it. So yeah, so that's the thing, and I hope that helps you. The thing is, I've forgotten all those old stories, old narratives I used to tell myself about my SP and me, and I love this person, so I have all the positive beliefs for him. So hope this helps you too. Thank you. So guys, this is a success story, and I'm so happy to say that, even though it might have caused a little trouble to the other side, but thank God we have saved it from further damage. So this is a success story. So basically I was manifesting this, that the unnecessary guy backs off on his own, without me having to tell anything, wherein I am projected like a villain or something like that. So he himself found out that, I think he was I think that day when he had subscribed to one of my accounts, which was not my primary singing account, but some other some other secondary singing account, he found out that I may be loving someone, and that is how like he just asked me randomly that, why are you not opening up to me, and etc., or with time maybe we will open up, etc., etc. I said, I don't want you to get hurt, because I know what I want. And then he actually asked me to be honest, and I told him directly that I am not for arranged setups, and I have told this clearly to my parents, but they do not understand it. They're trying to force something they think is right for me. So this is the reason that I have to speak my heart out. And thank you for asking, and thank you for that. Like he said that, don't worry, I'll say that I was not interested, and we'll end this amicably. Let's not waste each other's time. I said I never wasted my time. That's why I was dropping you hints that I'm not interested. So if this isn't a success story, I don't know what is. Thank you. Yes, they never forced me to marry someone, but even like talking to someone and wasting someone's time, knowing that you won't marry this person, that itself was like a big pressure to me. So thank God that this person actually understood my hints and won't escalate things, but ended mutually, because I was never involved in it. Only he was one-sided involved in it, and that's why, so that he doesn't start having feelings for me, I was always clear from the start that we are just friends. So I hope that this inspires you, that the way you imagine things, that will actually happen, and you don't even have to lift a finger to do anything. I mean, if you want to propose someone, please do, because that's an inspired action. But what I mean is, circumstances
change themselves, and you don't have to worry about the circumstance. You just have to think about the end, and you just have to do everything to be in the end. And if some of you are like, I should go and propose it, then you should. And if some of you are manifesting the proposal, then live in the end. That's all.